Oh, hello. Oh, let me make sure the stream is working. Oh, hello. It is. Look at
Premature.
that. It is.
Oh, you know, I never actually checked my own.
No, trust me. There's been enough times where OBS just decides not to capture audio. That not doing an audio test at the beginning of every stream is a detriment. Otherwise, you're just going for 3 hours and you go look at the VOD and your mic wasn't on at all. My name's Jack. I would like to welcome each and every single 0 of you here. As I introduce the rest of the players that are going to be...
Sorry. The button I have for muting and unmuting my mic actually doesn't work. Therefore, I did an intro bit to mine, and it didn't work! Fuck!
Yeah! The exact problem we just said!
The thing is, the button on my Stream Deck glows like, hey, your mic is on. But the button switched from on and off, but didn't actually relay that over to XSplit to mute and unmute my mic. So
Really?
I thought it was because the little thing was going on.
That's great.
Whatever, they don't deserve an intro today.
They know what they did.
Shouldn't have
Yada
done
yada, didn't play a game today, just wanted to do D&D, blah blah blah. Let's go check what everybody else is doing. Hey everybody!
it.
Hey, how are you, man? All
Oh,
right.
dude, I didn't see you walk in.
My
And
name's
then walk
Jack.
out
I'm
and
gonna
walk
run.
back in.
I'm gonna run a D&D game today. Starting off with introducing players. Zaltu today. How's it going?
I don't
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's here. See,
Here, I'm
he's right there.
by technicality.
Today he's going to be playing Castor, a monk who doesn't play by the rules of Dungeons and Dragons. It's a real problem. I don't know if I should kick him out of the game or not.
He's trying to win with
There's
Monopoly
no
money.
He
I
thinks
don't have any money. I don't need any money.
he's
How do
really
I
he's
button
really
on
holding
the stream?
steadfast to those lemons.
I'm trying to start a lemon monopoly.
Yeah.
You know that citrus is going to rise in stock hugely over the next 300 years. So
Rise from the citrus.
With the fact that this universe's staple food is lemons, you really think citrus is going to rise in rarity?
Lemonopoly.
it will when I'm through with him.
Chef is playing as Clayton Draze, a guy who has some pretty interesting, innovative ideas about a lot of things he really should not be touching.
It comes with the territory.
Gerald playing as Lucius, a sexy bard tender who also dresses pretty damn fly.
And can cast fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't look my best, what kind of bartender would I be?
And then Spooky playing as Simon Nikivorov.
Hi.
He's here.
I am here.
It's the perfect
No Russian
explanation.
spell this time.
Well, now that there's
Well,
two,
I mean,
it's a little hard.
American.
You do that.
Oh, yeah.
You,
Become American.
sling-
He has his green card.
I got a
you
citizenship.
sling the
Yeah, they-
spells.
20 intelligence. He aced the test.
Mm-hmm. I know the 13th president.
Who's the 13th president?
Richard Fillmore.
Richard Fillmore. He does, yeah.
I
What do
don't.
you think I got?
Yeah, I'll take your word on it, yeah.
Shit, I guess we
I'm-
should leave.
I'm at least pretty sure it's Richard Fillmore.
You're running the game today, right?
Sure.
Anyway, who wants to give a recap of what happened 2 weeks ago?
See, if we did it without a stop, I probably could have this time.
Oh no, I got it
But
wrong.
all I
There's no-
remember is Phantom Rapier, actual Rapier.
So,
that
what,
did happen.
what I remember from our last game is that we finished up creating our army of crystal bioweapons to deal with the growing expanse of the crystal god in quotation marks, little g, who is intent on kind of secretly and subterraneously overtaking all of America and theoretically wants the world as it grows in power with these magic crystals that people have been mining and taking places that are basically bringing their own mini issues all over the this great nation. We had some discussions on whether or not we should teleport with all of our stuff or have it brought to us. We just decided that we should teleport without it. What could possibly go wrong? And wait for the stuff for a few days. Instead, we teleported right into a mining town that is being beset by huge crystal minotaurs. We helped unravel the plot that is Castor's organization's need to kill Clayton. And so far, Castor has told everyone except Clayton.
No, I'm pretty sure we ended it with me telling you.
You didn't tell me. We talked, and you just said, "Yeah, my organization's pretty bad. I might need your help soon." But you never mentioned that.
It wasn't even that. It was more just along the lines. There's some people that need to die. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it me?
I don't.
No.
I'm pretty sure I told you to watch your back.
Yeah, at least Clayton's understanding of that was not that he is the target. So he's just going to continue. Honestly, he'd continue about the same way as if you had told him he was the target. He doesn't much. He's not very intimidating.
This is the first time you being someone's target.
No, it won't be the last either. But we ended with everyone kind of hunkering down in this town for the night. 2 members of Zaltu's organization are here. One is watching us. And we are awaiting the arrival of our crystal bioweapons so we can go into the Harthsteader mine and put an end to this threat to the nation and possibly the
Technically,
world.
it can't be called a bioweapon because it's not carbon-based.
We don't know what these crystals are made out of. They could be carbon-based.
Diamonds.
Crystal god body.
Bugatti.
Hot body. You better work, bitch.
DMCA.
You're right. That was way too close.
I already got the email. It looks like we're closing up shop.
Sorry.
Anyway,
FBI is breaking down the doors.
all right. So, you guys are essentially waiting out the rest of the days to just try to get things plural, your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then we will bring ourselves down to my level. I need to turn this up a little bit. Just a tad. All right.
Just a little smidge.
Just a smidge. So, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's been a pretty rough 3 days. It seems like
game or real life.
So anyway,
Dude, just so you know, I'm not here for you. I don't care
Good.
about your problems.
Yeah.
I'm just in it
no,
for the money.
in game. It's been a pretty rough 3 days.
Oh, okay.
It seems a constant issue. Basically by nightfall, just like at sunset, more crystal creatures come by to beset the town. Each time it happens, you guys have kind of taken up arms and put a stop to it. And I'm not gonna roll those out. They were all successes, casualties where they lay, but there's only so much people can do. And you guys are, for the most part, haggard. After basically 3 days of fighting at sundown. Currently, you guys are posted up during the last day in one of the houses that you have designated to not be completely under 24-hour surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to ask what you guys are discussing. What's the game plan
I think
here?
we're kind of waiting for our mobile fortress.
Clayton is going to take out his gun and kind of like hold it, and he's talking to the slinger, but he's not. Oh, shut up!
Is that
Slinger sounds like that apparently.
But he's
Slinger's
not
furry.
like he's not trying to hide.
He's not normally like this, I swear.
He's not really trying to hide what he's talking about. So he's just kind of like
I'm gonna go check it.
Okay.
Let's go, doggy. You drop my knife. How dare.
He is just like
Oops.
I got a question. Something on my mind's all.
It's a lot of dogs.
Yeah, sorry. Unintentional.
Slinger pipes up in your head. Yes, Clayton?
Well, it's just you see what we're up against, you know. It's just we're not necessarily a group of god killers. I know it's risky. I just want to know if you think that we have this with not all of our abilities at maximum.
There's not so much of a response back. There is a bit of a silence that's fairly uncomfortable to you after the question you just asked. And it's essentially just along the lines of, I have no idea.
Yeah. So just in the silence after a bit, he's like, all right, well, with stirring words and a performance like that, we can't lose. And he puts his gun back in his holster and looks to the group, and he's like, I've got a pretty rousing support and endorsement from my guy. I think we've got this.
I don't see why you were worried about it.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, it's just in my nature to worry. You know me.
There's nothing mine.
The eternal worry wart that I am, always painting the worst, weirdest situations. I never downplay a situation.
So, I know that in real life you're being sarcastic, but Simon has a negative charisma score. He's looking at you and he doesn't get what you're doing. He's like, he's looking at you with this face that's
but
like,
I assume fucking Castor's insight. He just reads that 100%. Fucking Clayton just ask, hey, are we gonna live? And there was silence, and he's just like, all right.
Well, you know,
Hey.
all that means is that we might not live, but I know I live, so good luck.
It's appreciated. Thank you. Sing my names and praises. Put me in a hymnal. Simon,
To be arranged.
you still have the stone?
and he just kind of like fiddles with his pockets for a second, and he's like, oh, the sending one, yes.
Yes, yeah, that one. Can you get in contact with our good friend Vulgan? I just kind of am expecting an ETA is all.
I'm gonna speak in Russian to him and ask how far out he is.
Using the power of the sending stone, you send out a message. And you get a response back in Russian, obviously. I'm right outside. You go to look at the...
How did we not hear this coming?
You go to look out the window through the boards, and you do notice a cart with two horses that look eerily familiar to your own. And quite honestly, what looks like a bag of... it's like a rotten potato. Like an artichoke that had sex with another artichoke. It seems like Vulcan is not on a good roll at the moment.
Oh, okay.
As he
Someone
is
look away and look back.
looks like he's wheezing and like just struggling to even hold the reins. As he is in fact riding into town now.
That doesn't look like all our stuff. All right, let's go meet up. So we'll go head out to meet up with him.
All right. You do see in the cart some of the crystal might be missing, but all the explosives are definitely there.
Excellent.
You steal my crystal? Do you need us to look away and look back real fast? All right, look away, look back. There we go. We all turn around and then look back at him.
Yeah, he looks. No.
God damn it!
Not that mean. But he does look much younger and about his 40s, and goes,
I have your horses.
Yes, I have retrieved everything that you wanted. Some of the crystals still back at the tower. I can go back and get it.
All right, we're gonna need all we got. This shit's pretty bad.
Is our cart like open?
Yes,
Is it visible that we're
I
hauling
think so.
crystal?
It's I always picture it to have like the white wagon, like the white
Yeah,
tarp
it's like a
over it.
covered wagon. Yeah.
Okay.
But we didn't put this shit in a barrel.
We probably would have, but
There
it's
is a
lot,
barrel of gunpowder.
So, yeah.
Sick.
All right.
And 3
Let's-
crates of dynamite.
Well,
get-
I'd rather be seen with a giant pile of loose gunpowder than a giant pile of these crystals.
Yeah. Will they all
Agreed.
fit the barrel?
I know, we must do.
We'll bring what we can.
One barrel at a time.
Might have to.
Pushing one barrel back and forth.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Just like making a chain through the desert to all the way
I'm
to
gonna
the
go
tower.
talk to the sheriff. Let him know where we're going. We're gonna take this shit up to the mine, and we're gonna go put an end to all this problem that's happening. And it's gonna be as simple as those 3 steps. Now that I've said it, I've spoken it into action. It might as well already be done. Let's go.
We're fast as fuck, boy!
You make your way to the sheriff's office, the most fortified location in the town, as well as the supposed home of 2 mercenaries. Only one of which you've really seen openly. And you do currently notice that there is very loud snoring you can hear from outside the sheriff's office.
Clayton is just gonna head in, kind of get the sheriff's attention real fast. Call him over.
You do. It seems like the sheriff is currently is resting up against his own desk, constantly trying to get some Z's, and then being woken up.
Listen,
and you eventually get his attention. He comes outside to talk to you.
Sheriff, we have a situation in play, and we believe that we can help y'all out with the mine situation. We're heading up there right now. We're gonna put an end to it. If we don't come back and nothing changes, run. Normally I'd have a better whirlwind.
I mean, frankly, you won't be able to run far enough, so just accept your fate.
Yeah, but Clayton's just like, normally I'd have a rousing whirlwind speech, but you asked me not to bullshit you, and I don't plan to. What we're doing is
Would you happen to have any spare dynamite, considering that you are a mining town?
Perhaps in the
Probably-
mine.
fine. Yeah.
Sweet!
My desk drawer.
Yes, right here, the giant pile of dynamite.
Well, yeah, I keep it right in my back pocket.
Yeah, what are they, us?
God damn it, Clayton. I told you I didn't want any trouble.
It
Not
won't
from
be
you.
trouble. There's no trouble for me. I think the sad reality is we might be the only chance you got at stopping all this trouble.
He looks at you. He kind of looks back at some of the townspeople that are inside the sheriff's office. And something that you've noticed now that there's a bit more silence is that the snoring has in fact stopped. But you do still notice the man laying down in the chair. Quasian.
Not even faking a snore.
More like gauging.
He's dead now.
Oh, got him, got him.
How much psychic damage does that do?
He's dead.
He had a lot of health. He doesn't anymore. Successfully got rid of 3 health bars now. Well, if you're... I can't stop you. I would have appreciated that you stay here. Would have appreciated if you stayed here. But if you think you can stop all this, I'm not gonna get in your way.
Stop is a bit of a heavy word. I prefer the term reappropriate.
Mountains are conquered by those who are not afraid to climb, Sheriff.
Mine
Listen,
go
we
down.
Yeah, we can sit here. We can
It's
sit
a
here and we can
reverse
take
mountain.
shots all day, all night, till the day we finally succumb. Or we can, make a stand, do something. Cause a ruckus. I think I know what's causing this. I think I know how to stop it. And I'd rather be there than sitting over here with my thumb up my ass.
You want to be a quiet
He,
town? Then go.
He looks at you with his thumbs in his pockets for a bit, or like in his belt. And he just goes, "You're a very strange outlaw, Clayton."
Yeah, well, a good thief is hanged and a great thief is hung.
That's my
There's no
line.
difference between what you said.
It's in the connotation. Simon told it to me. I'll explain it to you when I come back.
Explain when you're older.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives him a reason to root for him, because now he's got questions he needs to answer.
Yeah, I won't. It's too many questions. Clayton, I don't know what you're about. I don't know what your plan is. But good luck.
Thank you. And hey, if you do have to run, head to Riverdale. Tell them I sent you. They'll at least cover for you.
Quickly.
It's yeah, it just like thinks it's up Riverdale. All right, I'll look for it. He goes to walk back in the sheriff's office, assuming that the conversation is over. As you guys get into your cart, as cramped as it is at the current moment, and make your way over to where you know that the mines are.
Do we have anybody watching us as we go?
That depends. You have a perception check to catch it.
I was
Or
just
I
assuming
get
they're always
an
watching.
advantage on these. Ooh.
Ooh, shit.
Ooh.
Oh, well, first of all, Quasian is not asleep. And
Yeah.
has been listening in on this conversation somehow through a window. So you pretty much catch that immediately. However, the much harder catch is through a darkened window that's not caught by the sunlight. There is a pair of eyes looking at you.
Clayton makes eye contact, pulls out, is holding his gun, and just kind of tips his hat up as we
you-
ride off.
As soon as you do that, you do notice that the eyes disappear back into the darkness.
He laughs, spins his gun, puts it back in his holster.
25. That's a nat 20, 25. You do notice a very strange hawk in the sky as well. It seems to have approached
the
only
pussies, don't
recently.
worry about it.
I think I finally know how some of my enemies feel. That noose tightening in. Either way, let's get out of here. We got gods to kill. We can't be worrying about birds.
Molotov is savage.
I'm not worried about. I'm not worried.
You guys make your way to the mines. It's a little bit further away from town. However, into a canyon, there is an outcropping of which is holstered up with the standard wood scaffolding. Train rail tracks go in. However, you have noticed that it is boarded up.
Then
sign-
let's unboard it.
And that's
A sign here and there. Do not enter. Death. That type of thing.
Sounds like we should enter.
Seems like
This
you don't have
sign
a
can't
choice.
keep me out. I can't
Hey.
read.
How's that bug looking?
Game Master said
Nah.
you're going to die. That type of thing, you know. it's-
Finally.
I don't know.
I was-
I've been looking for an out. I've been looking for a way to stop playing for a while. This is my one call.
Do we have a do we have a conveniently placed temporary crowbar to break the?
Anybody have a crowbar? But
Someone has thieves' tools, right?
I do have thieves tools.
I
That
don't think
would really
a
help me.
crowbar is included in
Oh,
thieves' tools.
my bad. It would have been boarded up at one point, but I totally forgot. The town's been under siege from here. So no,
Yeah,
there's
I
a
was
massive fucking minotaur-sized hole in the barricade.
How is the bug doing in the jar?
It is crazy. It is absolutely apeshit. It's flying around. It's making crystalline wings. Should not be able to fly. But of course, the crystal beetle flies anyway, not caring what other people think.
He's gonna hold it and just look at Clayton and be like, you know, bees aren't supposed to fly either, right?
Yeah, but all laws of aviation. Let's just get down there. This is the place.
I don't even know. Planes haven't been invented yet.
Were just invented yesterday.
That's true.
All right. Who wants to lead?
I'll do it.
All right,
Uh,
I'll stay.
And I'm going
I'll
to
stay.
punch the
For-
wall next to me every 6 seconds.
Okay. Before you go in, Volgan does say, for obvious reasons, I'm going to stay outside. I feel like it would only be a hindrance if I go in.
Yes,
if you have-
surely an archmage would be of no help whatsoever.
Well,
If he turns into a
you know-
stack of potatoes every 10 fucking seconds, I really don't want to have to worry
If
about
you
it. No
do
offense.
every 4 seconds, that's still.
give me the sending stone,
Wow.
The one we have?
so I can recharge. You used the charge today. Let me reuse it.
Oh,
If there's any
right,
problems, I'll
right.
get you the fuck out of there. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not gonna throw you underground.
Hey,
What do you
I
take
was
me
just-
for? I thought we were friends.
I thought that what you were trying to do was like, hey, give me the sending stone, because if y'all die here, there are other people I'd like to give the sending stone.
I have more than one sending. I can make these things, you know. I
Hey,
know a guy.
you know what? My bad. Simon handed it over.
He just kind of tosses it to him.
He doesn't catch it. 'Cause he's old.
No, he's middle aged at the moment. You guys said there's been an eye on him, Molotov specifically, to keep him in his middle aged form.
Yeah.
He looks at it for a second and then gives it back as charged. No ceremony, no lights, no flashy magic. It's just he gives it
I
back and
trust
it's
you.
charged.
Anybody like to say any words before we head down here?
You see, a great thief as hung is because of his penis.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Shall we move on? This is not PG-13.
Yeah, no,
We monks are extremely virtuous, you see.
right. Which
God
10
laughs.
minutes is stealing diamonds. All right.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
have a book about lemons and religion, so it's not like that far off.
Speaking of books, didn't Castor keep the Necronomicon?
No. Maybe. And
all right,
the lusty
so-
lizard folk maid.
I think our marching order is Castor, Clayton, and then Lucius Simon,
Sure.
because you have a better AC than Lucius if something attacks us from behind.
Okay.
Lucius, you cool beings.
Let's see here if I can't. No, that was the playlist for this. That's fine.
Lucius?
Lucius?
Yeah.
Hi.
Are you
March-
good with the marching order? Or?
Sure.
All right. Well, with a stunning
Okay.
endorsement like that,
We're in the same order as we're on screen.
oh, that makes this easy.
Cool, because I didn't know what the order was.
It's literally Castor, Clayton, Lucius, Simon.
Ah!
And
Sorry, I
then
don't.
Molotov.
Yeah.
There you go. Molotov on Simon's shoulder as you how are you going through the mines? Because it's not necessarily the best place to be bringing a cart.
Did we get a map from the sheriff? I thought we got that last time.
You got a what?
A map.
No, we got a map of the other mine. We didn't get a map of this.
I thought we got a
Also-
map of this mine from the sheriff last time.
You would, based on the understanding, the sheriff doesn't go into the mines regularly, and the miners do. With certain events, how they have landed, you can tell that not too many supplies from the mines probably made it out. You might find a map in the mines, but you've not been able to secure one.
Alas. Well, then let's just hug left.
Do we want to go stealthy, or do we want to just go?
I'm punching the wall every 6 seconds, so I don't think that's going to be very stealthy.
I want to
Fun.
keep Molotov
Fun.
up with the other wizard. That way
You
he
wanna-
stays middle lane and help us.
Alright. Okay. Then
I don't
Molotov will...
Sorry, I also want to make sure that I'm using. I mean, I think it's still the same one. I just want to make sure I'm got the right thing attuned.
Well, we got 2 attunement slots filled.
Yes, we're good.
Alright.
Got
Still have all 3 of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, all full up.
Alright. So bringing horses in a cart into a mine is not necessarily something that can be easily done. What are you guys taking with you?
Is our mine cart, or are the rails too busted?
It's a good question. Rails aren't too busted. You could probably find a minecart around here somewhere that you could use to start
Alright.
carrying things deep down. You don't know how far they'll go. If
Get a
where
mine
you're...
cart full, and let's get my crystal animals in there. I
Okay.
want to bring them at least.
How many minecarts can we find?
I'd say there's definitely a few. Some of them are tipped over. Probably be more of a pain in the ass to rectify, but you can get some on the tracks. So you
Okay.
get like 2.
What I would
2 that you
suggest.
can, 2 that you can more easily move along with you as you're moving through.
Yeah, what I would suggest is not actually move the bring the carts with us, but leave them at the top, and then try and find a way to make them to trigger them going down the tracks, because obviously it's all going to be downhill. So just trigger them remove a breaker from a distance, so that once we actually need them, they'll come to us, so that we don't run the risk of them being destroyed or losing them somewhere along the way.
Really complicated pulley system.
I mean,
A
If
lot
you
of
have-
mines, depending on the mine, it's not all a slope. There
Yeah.
will be times where you'll have to be in a pulley and have to go down that way.
Yeah.
What if we
Including the
control the
minecart?
crystal?
Yeah.
Well, there's other
minecart-
mine carts lower down, and they pull them up through the pulley system to get the ores out, and then they put those in the mine carts closer to the surface.
Welcome to the
move
one
them out.
thing Arizona does better than any other state: mining. We know this part.
With a copper state for a reason. What if we have the crystals push themselves?
Are they that animate?
Yours specifically? No. Basically just along the lines of volleyball crystal geode type looking things.
Put a lot more mental work into making them like an animal and stuff, and I was really just in and out all day doing stuff. I wasn't really thinking.
So it's
a lot
in
of
the
my magic-
shape. It's kind of in the shape of a raccoon, but it doesn't mean it moves like a raccoon.
Yeah.
Gallops like a horse. No.
You know what we can do? We can just tie all these carts together. All right, we got enough rope. Just pull the first one. Once you overcome the inertia, then we're just bringing carts.
4-man mining operation, but the opposite. Instead of bringing crystals out, you're bringing them in.
Or bring crystals down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We got a little red wagon.
It's
I'm gonna go over, feed Calliope like a sugar cube, pet her on the head, and just be like, "Be right back." And
horse nays.
Okay.
we're ready to head down.
All right. You begin making your way through.
Dark vision. I'm gonna light.
You might need a light source, yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm
stuff as
trying to
many
think
sticks of dynamite as I can in my pockets, just to be on the safe side.
So many sticks of dynamite.
Does anybody have a lantern?
I have 40, but I don't think I
light.
can carry 40 sticks of dynamite.
Light something on Castor so that he can.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna pick
sorry,
up
no,
like
I have 60 sticks of dynamite.
I'm gonna cast light on a stick of dynamite and give it to you.
So
And be like,
Castor,
this-
in your hand now lies a lit
Not lit.
lit stick of dynamite.
Kind of lit.
A different type of
Illuminate.
lit, yeah.
It's a party that's lit.
How many sticks of dynamite can I carry?
In your pockets, maybe like
Yeah.
maybe like 4 or 5, maybe 6. 6. We'll say 6.
6 words.
You can carry the rest in the mine carts and then like try to get access to them as you're moving them down.
Fair enough. Would it be dangerous to roll the barrel of gunpowder with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Would it be dangerous to light it on fire?
Yes. Worse than the other thing you suggested.
Yes, it would be dangerous to do that.
Okay.
Are you doing it anyway?
I might do it anyway, unless I can put it in the minecart.
You can
As
put
well.
one in a minecart. It kind of takes up the entire minecart, but you can put like you guys essentially have a daisy chain of minecarts, I guess. That you're trying to carry through. Hopefully, there's more minecarts down below that aren't wrecked, but we'll see.
Perfect then.
All right. So you guys begin making your way through the mines. Every 6 seconds, poof, as Castor punches a wall. And you have noticed that there's scattered tools. Some have been broken, feasibly stepped on by something. Some tables set up here and there for putting things on top of, as tables do.
Yeah.
A lot of wreckage, even some support beams have been smashed as if something was moving them out of the way to get through them. And this is a site that you've seen as it's kind of splinters off in multiple different directions as different alleys for mining have reared their heads. I'm gonna need some rolls to nap. What?
Do we see any corpses of people?
Yes.
Cool. And we loot them.
No, they're miners. They didn't bring anything down here with them of value.
I mean, they might have dynamite on them.
No, they do. You don't need more
They're
dynamite.
miners! They might have special heirlooms or like wedding rings we can steal.
You see the white clothes and the overalls of several different miners as they some of them have like their arms ripped off. Some of their bodies are just smashed, caved in sickening ways.
Wait, I don't care.
Everyone's-
Sorry, never mind. If there's any jewelry, I'll take it.
No, it's maybe
don't
a
wear your-
pendant or two, but probably not something that has significant value to you.
I mean, silver. Yeah, I guess not.
It's miners, not necessarily that expensive. Brass,
Understandable.
maybe.
Do they have any tubas?
Why would they have a tuba?
Brass.
All right,
Yeah.
moving on.
The logical conclusion of that line of thought, obviously.
Miners have nothing that we can use. What's the
Very
next
well.
point?
The so the mines go off in several different directions, spindling out like a web. I would need some navigation rolls if you're trying to find any sense about where you're going.
Is there a mine track location on all of them?
There are mine track on several different.
Use the bug to try to help that.
Like the little microbot from Big Hero 6.
We could also probably check for wherever the tracks are of the giant minotaurs charging out.
That's what we're looking for, I think.
Oh, I thought you were going the other way around.
No, we're trying to find the heart, so we're looking for tracks. And I was just asking if the beetle would be helpful in that or not. I'll go investigation.
It might. It
I
might.
thought you meant like take a crystal and remove your magic from it so that it tries to reunite. with
Oh
Castor.
no! I would never take my magic out of these crystals.
They're my babies. That would be killing them.
Good.
That's 16 on investigation. you're looking around, and you're also using the now ape shit crystal beetle that's smacking its head against the glass. And it's actually, at some point, you do notice that there's now a hairline fracture in the glass of the jar.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep an eye on this.
I'm in the back.
I know, you're just telling you to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
You're trying to get it to help you, lead you into a direction that may be nicer, at least some direction down into these mines. As you're kind of walking around, dragging your minecarts with you, you do eventually come across a tunnel that doesn't look like it was propped up with anything. And the more you look at it with your investigation, the more you kind of realize that this is like a recess. Probably a recess that was made recently. Almost like this entire wall was filled with something, and then it was dragged away. But like a liquid container poured out.
Yeah, he's gonna whistle, and kind of point down this way, and he's like, "I'm thinking this way."
Oh, it's Magic Man. Is this glowy? First, I'm also in the front.
Yes.
Is this glowy thing a cantrip?
The light.
Yes, the light. The glowy thing.
The glowy
He's
thing.
gonna eat the stick of dynamite down the path. Not.
You only have
lit.
one. The light spell I know can only have like one active at a time.
Yeah.
If you cast it again, the light will go away.
Yeah, I mean we can walk to the source of the light without getting
Pick
lost.
it up
so-
and throw it again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yes, exactly.
We'll call it the glow stick.
This is
What a
the
marvelous invention.
Something you have already noticed about this wall is that a lot of the other walls have like crystal veins. This wall specifically doesn't seem to have any.
yeah.
I think we found where the Minotaurs came from.
Yeah, they just poured out of the wall. I'm just gonna. I still have a dagger, so I'm just gonna mark the wall with like an X as we go.
Yeah, and in order to kind of get the scale of this recess, as it moves forward down into the tunnel, it seems it's like 15 feet wide, 15 feet tall, and it seems to go on past your vision. It's a big, huge hole, okay. Like a huge recess. To not prop this up with any type of scaffolding seems like a dumb idea, especially if there's a lack of crystal here to mine, which would suggest that they've been mining it here. Probably means that something else has been happening.
Yeah.
And you kind of already come to the conclusion about what kind of transpired. So you throw the stick down the recess, and it goes on for a while, and eventually you lose sight of the glowing stick of dynamite as it falls.
Oh,
found that. Do we hear a comical like bonk? Ow!
You hear no, you throw it in there, and you hear like the tat 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 as it's like rolling down over there, and then eventually you hear tat 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 as it's like picking up speed, like rolling down a hill, and then you hear none of that, and then as an echo forms throughout the tunnel. So it hits something.
Drop ahead.
I'm gonna cast light on my torch.
Instead
Keep walking with that.
Wait a second. While we're still here, I'm gonna take 4 sticks of dynamite, and I'm gonna put like right where Clayton marked the wall, in the middle of the wall on each of the walls on the ceiling and on the floor, so evenly spaced out. I'm gonna put 1 stick of dynamite. I'm gonna link them all together.
Okay.
While we're here, I'm going to turn to Lucius and I'm going to hand him a scroll of shielding. Because I've been forgetting to give him.
Finally!
He's just like, fuck that! And he reaches into his other holster where there are 2 spell scrolls, and he just takes one and he pulls it over to Lucius, and he's like,
the liberal application of dynamite made me realize that we needed protection.
Alert.
I do not obviously light them. They're there as an emergency in case we
Right.
want to collapse the cave behind us as we flee or something.
Yeah. Right.
Flee.
Or in case the crystals behind us come to life and we're better off trapped down here and getting teleported
That's
out.
what an interesting. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue moving forward.
All right. You continue moving forward through this recess. And eventually you do get to the point where there's a downward spiral. It's weird how the walls are shaped in this tunnel. And it does definitely reinforce the idea that something like a crystalline surface of a crystal formation was simply removed from this. And it does not appear to be mined out. As you kind of look down, you do notice that the steep incline, not steep enough to be a direct fall, but definitely more like a slide. You wouldn't be able to easily go down it. There are no mine tracks down this hole, though.
Can we make are these like Minecraft mine tracks where we can just like pick them up? Put them
No,
in-
no, they are not.
Rails.
I mean, railcarts still have like wheels on them. Is the ground hard enough to roll the minecarts?
It would be. It wouldn't be easy, but you could theoretically push them along with you.
Well,
You would imagine that as soon as you get to that incline, you'll just be like shoving them off, and they'll go on their own. You won't be able to control them.
Well, we have rope. We can hold them back.
yeah.
Minecarts are heavy. I don't know if you know this. Minecarts are not like easy. You don't hold them like in Minecraft.
What? We can. I've got magical rope. We've got a very fucking ripped wizard.
We have a more moderately ripped than
I have
average
a
wizard.
14. It's like that's it. It's not even a +3.
Why the fuck is my strength so high then? What the fuck?
Your front line. I don't know.
Oh no, sorry. That's my saving throw. It's up. No, my strength is +0. Never mind. But I'm proficient in strength saving throws apparently.
Right.
I'm only proficient in intelligence and wisdom.
I'm Perdition.
Partition.
Next thing.
I'm Protestant.
All right. Well, my crystals I can send rolling just fine. I don't care about that because they'll be okay. It's the dynamite cart.
Dynamite and the gunpowder. Don't forget the gunpowder.
Yeah, let's have our two strongest, which just so happen to be you and Simon. Let's have you guys hold on to that mine part, and we can just push the other one.
All right.
Well, how long? How much? Just out of curiosity, how much length of rope do we have? How long
A
total? do we
lot.
have? Okay, good.
A lot.
Like 50 feet of rope.
Yeah.
We have like 300 feet of rope between us.
All right, then I guess let's roll the minecarts manually, as far as we can get them without it being dangerous to lose control.
Right.
But
You do get to that. You do get to that incline.
Okay, I have an idea to make this because I'm not confident in our strength rolls, and this could go terribly wrong. What I suggest is let's take one of the minecarts, presumably one of the ones that has a crate of dynamite in it. Take the dynamite out, upturn it, and then tie another minecart to that upturned minecart to help us slowly
More friction.
rope it down. However you want to say that.
All right.
Yeah. It acts as an anchor.
Yeah, that's it.
Negative strength modifier. We'll watch you guys do this.
So I'll say with those efforts, you guys can make a Castor and Simon can make a group strength check, athletics, I guess, with advantage.
Athletics.
I don't believe I have athletics.
You shouldn't have athletics either.
I'm a wizard. I don't have a. Oh, I do have.
Well, then
athletics.
just a strength check.
Can it be a saving throw?
No. With advantage.
Yeah.
+5. Oh, with
Yeah,
advantage.
15. That's
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Well, you already rolled 1, so
10.
10 and 15.
Simon, you think back to what you've learned in the book of strength. You think back to those push-ups and pull-ups you've been doing in the woods behind the horde, and you think you got this, and then your hand slips, and then Castor has it.
oh.
Good thing I'm used to handling large crates of dynamite and mining equipment.
Slowly letting it down using the rope. You guys are able to get to a point where you feel slack, and you know for a fact that the cart has stopped safely.
Nice.
It's kind of out of view at the moment, though.
Yeah, but before that we have shot the crystal ones down, because I don't think we want those to just go colliding to the end. So before that, like while you guys were set up, you're like, I think we got this, and Clayton was like, that's great, and then he just kicks the two crates, the two out, and they're just like.
We'll meet you
Do
down.
we see the lit? No, the lit stick of dynamite went out, right? Yeah.
No, I lit my torch instead.
Which means, by the way, that means that there's a stick of dynamite on the ground somewhere.
Alright. Do you guys go down as well?
I would like to, yes.
Alright. You guys begin making your way down. It's not steep enough to be like you're basically climbing down, but it does help to have the rope to guide you as you do.
Like once we've gotten all the crates of dynamite and the anything that we want basically down, we should go back up and actually, do we want to leave the rope there?
Why?
To easily get up.
Up
Because
there?
it's going to be like a climb check to get up there.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine leaving that rope up for us to climb out of here.
Does that mean that we're leaving one of the crates of dynamite up top? The one that was in that cart that's currently acting as an anchor. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really mind leaving behind 25 of my 66.
I got a climber kit. I could put a piton down.
Yeah, you guys can use the climbers to get
Yeah,
if you'd like.
and then I'll just have that hanging from a rope afterwards.
Fair enough. Because we'll definitely not be bringing the mining carts back
No.
down.
No,
So I'm sure we can carry one crate of dynamite. So let's go back up. You put the climbing piton down. We just kick the empty minecart down because whatever, it's empty. And then one of us carries the crate of dynamite down.
Are you volunteering to carry that crate of dynamite down?
Yeah, sure.
We could do it together if you wanted.
Together.
It'd be easier to-
Friendship is magic. I mean, how difficult is it to carry a crate of dynamite?
A crate with these sticks.
I mean, I could sit down.
Not insanely. Not you'd be able to get it down. It's just whether or not you're bringing the whole cart with you, and it looks like you're not.
Well, we can kick the cart down separately because it's empty otherwise.
Yeah.
Just
And
have
then
a
yeah.
ton of metal colliding down a hill, top
Top
speed.
Obviously. Well, if we can make a barricade for the careening cart using the crates of dynamite, what could go wrong?
It's only metal against metal. There's no way they'll create a spark.
Anyway, is that what you're doing, or are you just leaving the cart up there as an
Let's bring
anchor
the
for
cart
the rope?
I think we'll be fine with the one crate of dynamite. I don't really think we need to go.
You mean two? We're only leaving one crate of dynamite up there.
Are you guys going to be down already when you kick the cart down? Because I'm going to be real here. The physics here is going to have it careening at top speeds into somebody.
Definitely tell them to make way first.
I don't want to slam somebody with this cart.
Boys.
10d10 of bludgeoning cart damage.
That's
Not
all the done.
boss battle.
It was the crystal that did it. Throwing carts all over the place.
Fine, let's leave the dynamite there. Whatever.
But you can get the dynamite out from it. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you can't do that. I'm just saying bringing the cart with you.
Well, if we
is,
don't have the cart, it's gonna be difficult to transport the dynamite in any meaningful way.
Yeah, but they said you can carry one cart of dynamite, one case of dynamite.
All right,
You're
yeah,
like
sure.
holding your hands, I suppose. You'll be holding that while traversing unknown terrain.
That's fine.
All right.
It's actually part of my master strategy. I want to do something really stupid. I've got a really good idea,
Master strategy, by the way.
but it requires a lot of balls.
Oh, well then it's doomed. You'll never get it done.
God, I'm Asian.
You may what?
Nothing.
Anyway, you make it down. You have a rope of which you can use to easily get back up. If you decide leaving is something that you can do, and you make your way through what appears to be just a continuous cavern, until eventually you get to a point where this giant root tendrilled hole splits off into 3 separate ones. Down one, you notice a bluish light, all the way at the very end. It's hard to make out what it means or where it's actually heading. Another one, you see not a bluish light, but more of like a yellowish one.
But more of
That
a
seems
light
to
blue.
flicker. Down another one is complete and utter darkness.
I vote for darkness.
Nah.
If you're looking for the beetle for advice,
was
it just seems to be forward. It doesn't seem to be like either one is off goal, but it does seem to split off, and you have no idea what to expect from any of them.
All right.
So all it wants to do is go down one of these.
All right. Darkness 1 to 2. Blue
Wait, 1 to 2.
to 4. And
He's rolling a die.
5 to 6.
My bad.
Roll a d3 and it doesn't matter.
2. That's
Darkness.
darkness. Let's go.
Baby.
Complete and utter darkness. I love it. I love it.
The darkness, my friend.
Is that what everybody's deciding?
Have like humming.
What's everybody? Anybody else got something?
It's like one's like, hey, rainbows, and there's a nice field of pasture and welcoming arms, and then there's the other one. It's complete and dark abyss. You hear the howling of the undead. No, you don't. It's just dark. It's just that the other two had light. That's really all it is.
I'm glad there weren't only 2 options because that coin would have come back out, I'm sure.
I will say that if it's a matter of finding the crystals, shouldn't it be lit? Because they'd be there getting the crystal.
I mean, who would be there getting the crystal?
I'm curious about the blue light
Do you want to go blue light?
a little bit,
You want to go blue
but I
light?
also don't know if that's even because I just don't know what would cause a blue light.
He wants to go blue light. Blue light.
You call it the yellow light.
By the way, while you guys are having this conversation, the middle path, which had the yellowish flickering light, has suddenly disappeared.
All right, blue light. Blue light.
Bye.
Oh.
I believe it just cut off one of our options.
Yep. Well, it just made 2 of them darkness.
Not necessarily. You just have no fucking idea what's going on with any of these tunnels.
I wish we could fireball.
We can.
You can just fireball down the tunnel.
I could.
Let's not waste the 3rd level spell slot. Let's just
See,
go.
this is why we just brought the Archmage.
Let's just go down the blue tunnel.
Doesn't this fit the theme of any % speed run?
Blue
Bye,
tunnel.
blue tunnel, let's go.
You go down the one that emanates a low blue light, and you continue on for quite a long time. As you continue on forward, you notice that with your own light, that there is a tendril of crystal veins that splinter out along the tunnel. They seem to get thicker as you get closer. However, the main excess maintains true. Eventually,
Are there any bodies in the ground still?
no, there doesn't seem to be any bodies this direction.
When
It
did
seems
the-
that you would suggest that there hasn't been a person in this tunnel ever. But you were the first.
When did that start? Like, when did we stop seeing?
Probably as soon as the tunnel.
As soon as the tunnel started all the way up top, where you placed the dynamite. Like this, it's new.
Okay.
Like this,
Down, but-
somebody put this tunnel here, and it just now exists. Eventually, you begin to notice that the light is, in fact, intensifying to the point where you can see without torchlight. The end of the tunnel is this massive hole. And past it, you see on the grounds decayed stone, patterned out as if a pathway. As you continue on forward, you notice what appears to be many torches that light up blue. But that doesn't seem to be exactly what's giving off the light source. As you look on inward, you notice a sort of barrier, a flat surface that seems to cordon off past a very much constructed pathway. And that's directly inside, directly through the hole. The hole itself appears to be in a corner of this constructed room. Next to the hole, towards this middle mass, seems to be where there may have been an entrance at some point, but has since caved in. Above you, there does appear to be open sky. Not sky, but a better sight line into this massive cavity that you have chanced in on. All above you, you notice tendril of crystal. Splitting off from some horizon that you cannot see past because of the wall, as it goes off into the ceiling of this massive cavern. It seems to go into walls and ceilings and splinter off from there. It seems to be thickest, and you notice the black inky ichor inside of this crystal moving out. The wall itself, this barrier, appears to be something more of an energy. On either side is constructed wall, but in this side, arcane runes of bluish hint line either side of this barrier. And what appears to be the skeleton of a minotaur stands guard at each side of either one of it, seemingly killed with their own axes, and their skeletons left to decay for what seems like ages.
Like real minotaurs or...
Real minotaurs. The skeletons, you notice the horns, the body structure. One has its axe implanted in what would have been its chest, rib cage split, and spine stuck with its own axe. The other ones seem to have its legs ripped off, as the bones of its legs lie elsewhere.
Well,
I know what they say about magical walls. The best way to destroy them is to destroy the wall next to it.
is that what they say?
That's what I learned in monk school.
I'd like to make an Arcana check on these glyphs real fast, actually.
Yeah, I will try my best.
Go ahead.
So-
You two can give me an Arcana check.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, well.
Clayton, these appear to be magical glyphs. Simon,
Yeah, there's definitely some kind of magic here.
I do like magical glyphs.
here's something you've noticed with a 26. The magical glyphs seem familiar to you in a way. You think back to a crystal necklace that glue with a bluish fire. The magic seems eerily similar. Outside of that, this is ancient magic. Something that was set off thousands of years ago. It is absolutely warding magic. It's supposed to keep people out. And undoing it, you feel like, would be something tantamount to a great feat. Even after all this time.
So either we try and get the Archmage to do this, or
We blow up the wall next to it.
Wait, so question. This wall is here. It glows the blue light. The other wall glue with a yellow light, and that light's gone.
We didn't know if it was a wall on their side.
You could go back if you want to. There's nothing. So I'm not like. There's a reason why there's 3 options. You can go back if you feel like this one is not a way you want to go.
The yellow one. I don't feel like shooting a wall my whole day.
this won't go anywhere. It should be fine.
You can see past the translucent blue barrier. There seems to be a passageway that leads off into several different directions. If you could make the best guess, you would assume maze.
Yeah, it'd be a maze. Oh, because of the Minotaurs. Oh, that's a good.
Side of the wall.
To the yellow.
Just the last thing, is the wall safe to touch?
You can touch the wall.
Okay.
You touch the wall, you cannot move past it.
It's like a physical barrier. It's not like an electric shock.
Oogie, oogie, oogie.
Okay. I'm just because I'm really curious if I can bullshit this. I'm gonna take out my keyblade. I'm gonna point the edge of the blade on the wall and see if my manifested key can get through the wall, considering it's not material or magical in nature.
You can. Do you want to try?
I don't like when a DM asks me that question. Yes, I want to try.
For the world.
You put the hilt of the keyblade up to the wall and you activate it, channeling your own key through it. When you do, much in the way of a diffused laser, the energy of your key is deflected from the wall into several different places. It takes some effort to make sure you're not struck with your own concentrated key.
Cool.
But you pulling it away, your keyblade acts as normal.
Okay.
I didn't shoot it. That would have been really uncomfortable for us to have to dodge. Hell, those motherfuckers hurt. All right, to the yellow door.
All right.
You should learn this stuff.
We'll remember this.
Moving back, it is a trek, but you are able to move backwards through the narrow crevice. Not narrow crevice, it's a fairly large crevice. Through the tunnel back to your original fork. The location that you had noticed the yellow light down, and the other one, which is just full darkness, lie the same as they have been. Do you continue down the middle column, or the middle tunnel, which was the one with the light?
Yes, that's
Sure,
right.
yeah.
All right. Continuing down this passageway for some time, you eventually notice something odd. While there is still the veins of crystals in the wall, something that has been absent from the main tunnels you've been traveling, something you have noticed is that there seems to be fungal growth on the ground. Some of the fungus you have noticed has shards of crystal sticking out of it.
No,
This is a
it got in nature.
Continuing down this path, more and more, light source in hand, you eventually come upon what appears to be a giant fungus that lays center mass of this tunnel. Something that stands taller than Simon. For some time you analyze this, to which it then turns to look at you.
Oh, hi. Can we try diplomacy? Are we allowed to
It looks at you with blinking fungal eyes.
What the f is a
It
fungal eye?
appears to be, the best way I can describe it is like a fungal Baymax, using the Big Hero 6.
Well,
Giant arms to the side, stubby legs, but it walks.
Hello.
It kind of like jaunts its entire body to kind of turn and look at you.
Me and my friend would simply like to pass. I repeat that in Infernal.
It blinks at you.
We're just gonna move past you.
No.
No harm.
Communicating via Morse code. The blinks are in time.
Morse code. I did not go to school that long.
Franklin did.
We'll be right past you and we'll be on our way.
As you begin to move closer towards it, it seems to move out of the way as if recognizing what you're saying. You're not continuing this in Infernal, are you?
He's doing both. He's switching between common. After every sentence in common, he then says it in Infernal because he's just completely unsure.
You begin moving your mine carts, which are off tracks. As much of that's a pain in the ass to do. You start moving them past, and this creature moves out of the way and just kind of continues to look at you. Eventually, as you kind of pass it, it does kind of start moving its own feet in a healthy clip, like keeping up speed with you, but its legs are stubby, so it's moving them faster.
Yeah, sure. Come on.
It's not following after you necessarily, but it is following alongside you. It notices you have a light source. It then takes a torch out of a hole it was and lights it. A very familiar light. And it kind of holds it on a stick, like a long staff-like stick. And does actually...
And don't walk towards the guy with dynamite. We're gonna push along. We got a friend. Friend acquired. This was the right path.
It actually picks up pace a little bit to get in front of you, and then looks kind of stops for a second as you guys are still pushing. When it's a decent bit ahead of you, looks back, torch in hands, then looks back again towards the rest of the hall and sort of continues on, keeping in pace with you.
Yeah, come on, buddy. You got this.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
Yeah, we killing it.
We're going to name him.
Seems like a pretty fun guy.
You eventually make it pass, and the fungal growth seems to continue in volume as you're continuing on. Eventually, you notice the bioluminescence of more of this fungus as it begins to light a cavern that he kind of walks into. Looks back to see if you're still following, and then continues on.
All right.
You eventually notice giant fungal structures. Is the best way I can describe it. Not necessarily houses, but it definitely looks like you could live inside them. As you move closer into it, he has the torch in hand. He plucks it down into the ground next to him. And then walks on because the bioluminescence helps for the rest of the way. And you're kind of pushing this through as you see yet more of the same type of creature. And some different variations of fungal creature. Look on at you. As they all just kind of watch to see these new individuals strut into what this looks like a community of sorts.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
We're just passing through. Lovely place you got here. How's the missus? You know, it must be a damn trek for the milkman to get here. You feel me?
Does somebody want to give me a perception check of some kind?
I have advantage. I will.
Nice.
Oh my God! More.
There's
rolling all at once for the fight.
Looking around, there is a lot of these creatures, but something you have noticed is that, well, some of this fungal growth has crystal growing out of it. And some of the creatures even seem to be lying down, also having this crystal growth growing out of their own flesh. Is a word, not the best descriptor. But
I don't really know how to describe the mycelium.
The surface.
Yeah,
The surface of the mushroom.
these creatures look on at you, but it seems like some of them are actually sitting with these creatures that have crystal growing out of them. It doesn't, to your best knowledge of with this perception, to your best design, it almost looks like these ones are sick.
Yeah.
Like they're not feeling good.
Clayton turns to Lucius and then in Infernal because he's now confident they don't speak that. He's just like it's like a goddamn poison or a blight to them. These people were probably hit first with it.
It's shocking that they'd be able to survive this long.
Yeah, well, improvise, adapt, overcome.
This does seem to be the stop, as it were. There are like caverns that probably lead on elsewhere. But the one that's kind of been guiding you, motions arms in a very odd fashion, where it just kind of like lifts them up from its side and like constantly lifts them up into one direction and puts them back down and lifts them back up again in a fast motion, which appears to be like he's trying to guide you somewhere.
Thank you kindly, friend. We appreciate your help, and we will do our best to return it in kind.
We just round the corner and there's a pentagram on the floor. He's like motioning to get in it.
Not
We're
quite.
Like, all right!
Not quite. But it doesn't appear to be outside of what this community seems to be. One of the creatures that seems to have a lot of crystal, like a huge chunk of their own body consumed by it, seems to be guided by its fellows to what appears to be a burning pyre. They look at each other for quite some time, almost a sadness about them, before the one full of crystal jumps into the flaming pyre. And there seems to be a gathering of sorts, almost like a funeral.
Sacrifices.
Nah, it's a funeral.
He's too far gone and he doesn't want to die like that.
I mean, does jumping into a giant fire count as a better way to die?
Yeah.
Probably.
Then a slow death where
You
your
saw what
entire
happened to
body is
Clayton?
replaced by... Hey.
You dropped from the sky the moment you absorbed more of it. It's
We all make mistakes in the heat of passion.
Whoa, you can't say heat right now. It's
You're right. I apologize. He crosses himself and like feels his hand tingle, and he's like, ah.
The fungal creature that's been guiding you all this time just kind of blinks at you.
I recognize and apologize, my friend. It's not something easy to go through. We're here to put a stop to this, to the crystal. Do you know where it lies, where it sleeps, where it is?
It blinks at you, and then it goes to turn to look off in a distance. You see, like, kind of like almost a carefully sculpted fungal hut, and what appears to be a older variant of this creature, almost sage-like. A tendril of fungal strains form what appears to be a beard, and what you would think of liver spots kind of spot it, as if just rotting bits of already existing fungus. It holds a gnarled staff which appears to have a red white spotted cup mushroom on the very tip of it.
Alright. Clayton will approach that man. Listen, I know that we're outsiders and that we come from a perspective that might not, hat off and held against his chest, but it's just like, we're here to help. All right, we see the blight and the poison that affects your community, and we wish to be rid of it. If you know where this crystal god lives, sleeps, eats, whatever, if you can point us in a direction, I promise you I'll do everything in my and anyone else's power to put an end to it.
The mushroom creature that has been guiding you does approach along with you, and they seem to look at each other for a long time. And eventually you hear inside your head, "I have not seen your kind in a long time." In words not spoken, but understood and heard in your own mind's eye.
It's a bit of a long trek down here. We wouldn't be down here if things weren't suffering up there either.
The crystal had formed out of the wall and made a massive tunnel. I had sent my friend here to investigate, and what would come of it is you. You and yours and your metal contraptions. I can only assume this to be fate. I can help you find what you seek.
I appreciate that.
Generations of my kind have told stories of what your kind has done thousands of years ago. They sealed a thing, a rock, deep within a constructed maze. Though entry is barred for obvious reasons.
And he looks on at his own kind that seem to be afflicted by some sort of blight of a crystal variety.
If what your words are, what you say is true, then I believe I can show you the way to unlocking the path forward.
That would be most gracious and helpful. Thank you. And I imagine the fact that there's just dead silence, and then Clayton is just like, nah. And it's just so commonplace at this point that Clayton talks to a lot of things that don't ever talk back.
The old man looking Myconid stands up, hobbled on its seemingly brittle fungal legs, and begins using its staff to kind of guide its way. The one that was guiding you kind of takes up his arm and helps guide him along with you. He looks back beyond his shoulder at you, blinks, and then begins walking forward. Further past.
A very old-looking giant PD Piranha. Mario. They're really old-looking, like spotted and droopy, with the leaves around his neck, but they're all on one side, so it looks like a beard.
Yeah.
Pretty much. They take you past what seems to be the rest of this community.
In recent years, activity of this rock has formed many caverns. Through one I believe to be an entrance into this maze. It would allow you to bypass barriers set by those that made it, but only so much. My own kind that has ventured forth to investigate have found little success, and mostly at the cost of their own life. I would urge caution, but those that fate sends, I feel are up to the task.
It's okay, caution is our middle name.
It's really not.
Clayton just seems to be leading people with this old, decrepit, fungal growth into what appears to be a crevice without much words being said.
I'm doing the thing where I talk to people who don't talk back to other people. It's a warlock thing.
Simon just kind of looks impatient. Like, he's like, this is really cool, but no one's saying anything.
Yeah. Because for me, it's this like really important like world building thing, but for everyone else, there's crickets chirping.
Yeah, it's just like, I can only hear death.
We will be as careful as we can. We'll watch our step, and we won't take the gifts that you offer, Latley. We'll get some stuff done. Turns back and down to his group. Puts on pulls up his mask.
A crevice that seems to be a tight fit for most is before you. And Clayton, you believe this to be an entrance forward.
Yeah. Let's move.
Getting things through might be tough.
Yeah. I almost said the command word. Almost just tried to fly. That'd be a little different.
Like eagle wings sprout from your back. No.
Damn it. Okay. We have to bring the crystals because that's our poison.
You could always go the third path just to see what's there.
Alright, bye guys, we'll be back later.
I'm really interested in the third path. Hold on real fast. I wanted to
ask them what's down the third path, surely they must know.
Oh yeah. I'll ask.
Alright. So you're asking what's down the third path?
Yeah, the one that was full darkness himself before.
Those of my kind that have gone down it have witnessed a great beast. One that they fled from, and rightly so. Though it did not appear to follow after them.
Okay, so there's a monster that way. We need to get into the maze because that's where the god is. Do we really want to waste time fighting a monster and then go fight a god?
If it's not the god, I think we should leave.
Yeah. Okay.
But it might have valuable stuff.
But this isn't about treasures.
Right, but we can probably take it on at a later date. We can kill God, come here, sleep, and then fight a monster.
That's true. That's true.
It's really the killing God part that we need to be focusing on. Alright, we need to get the crystals through, more than anything. How far down does this crevice look like it goes?
It looks like it goes straight for a while. It looks like a tight fit. If you have claustrophobia, you would not want to go this way. It seems like they may have sent more like smaller versions of fungal creature this way to scout.
Crystals, and let's move this through. It might be a bitch, but I can load up my backpack with crystals, carry it over, dump out the crystals on the other side, come back, get the crystals. We can do that a few times if everybody's using their backpacks.
I don't have a backpack.
God fucking damn it, Castor! Every time. Yeah, you know how when we go for gear,
Material goods.
you know how when we go for gear in the city, and I'm like, "Does everybody have anything?" And you're like, "Oh,
everything. I have everything I need.
Lemons." And it's like, do you still have
I
a jar?
reiterate, everything I need.
Do you still have a jar of lemons?
I still have many jars of lemons.
No,
Actually,
you got the
lemons
jar of
out.
pickled. The
Crystals
jar
in
of pickled lemons was used against a dire wolf or dire coyote. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, we can do this a few times. I'm fine. We can even use it on dynamite. It's gonna be a couple of trips back and forth, and it's a tight fit. So if you got claustrophobia, sack up. Let's go. And that's my plan. It's just to fill my backpack with crystals, get to the other side, dump it out, go back, crystals, dump it out. And it's like weird because like when you see the crystals on the other side, they're like partially animated, so they're like pulsating.
I'm going to need to get them all through yourself. It's going to be like 5 trips. I'm going to need a dexterity check for each of them.
All right. It's Simon's helping me. How many trips now?
About 3. 3 total.
3.
Well, two for one, 3 for another.
Let's do some dexterity checks. I'll take 3 because I have a higher dexterity than you. Okay.
Sick.
It's not a dexterity save, it's just a dexterity check.
Well,
I mean,
even
it's not.
better.
It's not either. So that's. Hold on, that's like 2 trips that didn't go
Yeah.
over very well.
Mhm.
In fact,
Go
it's really
for the
not.
third.
You're not able to get through with either of them. You're not like you put the backpack on and the backpack gets stuck. You know, like you put it sideways, you take some out. You're not
There you
able to
go.
get through.
All right, we're trying again. There we go.
There you go. This time you're actually able to bring a pack into the cavern. As you squeeze through, inhaling your lungs, making them as small as possible, you're able to get it and the backpack through with 1/5 of your crystals.
All right.
On the other side,
Do you want? You're a much more dexterous individual.
Oh no, I was enjoying watching you.
No, just take it back. Just borrow Simon's backpack and just.
you as you enter into the next room, you appear to have broken through what appears to be the maze itself. There is what appears to be aged cobblestone below your feet, and stone walls all around you. You appear to be within a room that splinters off in a couple of different ways, but each direction seems to be warded off in its own right. Much in the same bluish, glowish fields. Each direction seems to have a apparatus on it, but all different. While they have the same runes guarding them, there does seem to be an extra set with each door, as if a sort of puzzle to keep people out.
All right, Castor, Simon, Lucius, y'all start bringing crystals over. I gotta go be a puzzle smith.
Oh, wait, no. Hold on a sec. Hold on. There's a much easier way of doing this.
No, I'm gonna do puzzles.
I have
Oh my god.
big brain.
All right, well, I'm gonna start on the puzzles because I'm not an idiot. and y'all just bring crystals over. We're almost there. If we all make it through, then just one other person has to go back, and I nominate Castor. He's wily. So everybody try and get through it with crystals.
11.
And dynamite. There's also the dynamite.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna wait until someone else goes through again.
Alright, Simon, you manage to get through, but snag yourself on some rocks and take 3 damage as your skin is scraped.
He's dead. Simon's dead.
Okay, now dump out your backpack and toss it back
He does.
Alright.
so I fill it up, and then I toss just the backpack with the stuff in it back to him. Since this seems to be much
Dexterity
easier than-
check.
It hurts, doesn't it? How's he?
It's
Is
full
that
now.
acrobatics? Does that
You
count
could
as
use
acrobatics?
you could use acrobatics.
Well, why didn't you tell me? I don't have acrobatics.
That wasn't with advantage. That's a 17.
Yeah,
You're able to throw it through, and Simon catches it again, now full of crystal.
All right, dump it out and let's do this again.
Yeah.
Dexterity check.
For him or me?
3.
Well, no, for you, because he's just on the bag back, and it's just basically throwing
It's just a
an
sack.
empty water balloon down a hole.
I rolled
Alright.
3.
The bag gets stuck midway.
Clayton cast mage hand.
Do you not have enough force with Mage Hand to force it through?
10 pounds. Can I at least unlatch it? Like
It's more than that in crystal.
It's fine. Just find something else and throw it at the bag.
Hold on.
Just pick up. I'm sure there's a rock around here somewhere.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
You have the old wise man's stick.
Oh, wait a
Mushrooms.
second. Wait, guys, I've got this. I'm gonna take out my magical rope.
It won't.
I have a quarterstaff.
He has a quarterstaff. Just not gonna lose.
No. Yeah.
Hit it.
You still have to go in there and get it.
Not if you can loop. Not if you can get it under the backpack loop. Pull it back.
I finagle the stick.
Give me a dexterity check.
Easy, not even worried. You see that +1? Boom, success.
You get
Success!
you get your stick lodged in between the backpack and the stone wall, and you're not.
All
able to
right,
move it.
leave it to me. I take out my magical rope. I toss one loose end into the ravine thing, crevice, and say Shibari, and have it attached to the backpack.
You now have a magical blue glowing rope wrapped around the backpack.
I pull it until it's no longer stuck.
Strength check.
I pull it very, very slowly, and should I need to strength check this?
Strength or dexterity check to get it loose.
Oh, god damn it.
I could also potentially use the geyser. See if I
You
can just knock.
rip the bag, but you're able to get it back, and some of the crystals fall out into the crevice.
Oh, my bag.
All right. Well, I'll use Mage Hand to pick up the crystals that fell.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can't you just mage hand one crystal across at a time?
Simon.
God damn it! I couldn't handed a crystal one, and like as he's taking them over, he's like, "I just gotta." Fuck.
Simon looks visibly wounded that his backpack is torn. He's like,
Clayton is just all right. You know what? Mage
You
Hand
begin
to get-
one at a time using Mage Hand. Take one crystal through the crevice at a time,
Yeah.
and you eventually get them all across.
All right.
Castor
Well, the
and
giant-
Lucius are on the other side of the wall. Now, for the an hour later, you get all the dynamite through as well.
Now for each grain of gunpowder.
Fucking
Not
shoot
able to
my-
get the gunpowder through.
We can't carry the gunpowder because we can't carry the crate or the barrel, so you can get the barrel into it. Actually, I really want to widen this crevice because this is a hell of a.
I
dead
know
end.
what. We have dynamite.
we have dynamite.
We
We
have
do.
dynamite. Is that safe?
No.
No.
You can try it. That's definitely something I thought of. I was just waiting for you guys to say it.
People stand back.
Okay.
Let's stand
Everyone-
a long ways back.
Stand back real fast. It's about to get messy.
A plant whisperer. Plant whisperer, would you mind telling the fungus gods
I
that
think I just said.
I thought you were talking to us?
He was talking
No,
to everyone.
Yeah, it's just
The fungus creatures, which have now gathered for this event, have all been looking at each other and now moved back to a safe distance.
All right. What kind of job you think this is? Like 1 or 2 sticks?
How
It's a lot more than that.
how
it's
long
like-
is it?
It's gonna be like a five stick thing, well placed.
It has a 5-foot radius.
I thought about Thunder Stepping, but
25
It's
feet
long.
ravine.
That's long.
You know
That's
what?
why
Hey,
it's such
I
a
have-
hard check.
I have 5 sticks of dynamite. I'll do it.
If you've ever gone cave spelunking, it's not fun. I don't know why people do it. It's scary.
5 stick of dynamite's used. Boom.
That man did it.
Blow it up.
There you go. You set up the fuse and you get a safe distance away. After
I feel
which,
like
there's a massive explosion as the entire cave system shakes. And the hole has been visibly widened.
There goes
Okay.
our prize.
well, I'm glad at least it didn't collapse on itself because that would have been really bad.
That would have fucking sucked.
Congratulations. In the long run, you made it smaller.
I mean, in all honesty, what would have collapsed? You know, they would just been rocks we could have moved. Point is,
But-
let's go.
You notice that some of the myconids have begun clapping.
Yeah. Woo. Hooray for dynamite. Let's hope that doesn't awaken something in them. Start blowing everything up.
One of them looks at the fire.
We
Anyway,
can move functionally. I can't believe we spent so long going through the crevice and stuff blowing it up. Shit. All
What we
right.
enjoyed was mostly mage hand.
Yeah.
inside this room, there appears to be different entryways, passageways, thinner than the main one that you saw in the other passageway, but all still locked off with a bluish glow. It, in front of one, there appears to be a set of pictures above a little plinth in front of the door. The pictures depict a man, a tree, and a seed.
Say that again.
Okay.
The pictures depict a man, a tree, and a seed. There's
Well, I
three
know
of
what they
them.
mean by.
What?
That's the puzzle.
Oh.
Yeah.
And a tree.
Are they like
Do I?
configurable? Can we like change the way that they?
They, after closer inspection, they seem mechanical. Like you
Like-
can push them down.
Well, it would go seed, plant, man, right? Because the seed and then the tree.
through evolution.
Well, it doesn't really matter. You can say that the man plants the seed and grows the tree, or if the tree produces the seed that the man eats.
Men don't eat seeds.
Sunflower seeds, loser. Anyway.
All right. I'm gonna push seed tree man.
Seed, tree, man.
Back up.
Saving throw. Or take 80 more damage.
you die. You turn into a seed, then a tree, then a man. No.
They gotta press that one last.
You press seed, then the tree, then the man. Give me a second here. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Of course. That one's on me. that
15.
15. One of the stone bricks in a nearby wall appears to push out and then fall to the ground as what appears to be a crossbow peeks out and then shoots. And you manage to narrowly dodge out of the way.
Ah,
Can you ask the mushroom man about this?
mushroom man are on the other side. Hold on.
Excuse me, the
It
heck?
is an open passageway now.
All right, we tried seed tree man.
I'm gonna cast message on the old fungus man,
Oh yeah, I guess that would work, huh?
and I'm gonna say, we appear to have reached a puzzle, and with the order.
We have tried one thing. We're all out of ideas.
The old man, helped by the younger Myconid, walks through the passageway to meet you. They both look at the plinth, look at the wall, look at the crossbow, and then the old man looks at you, Simon, and in your head you hear,
I do not see a Myconid.
That is correct, I guess. I will like nod and raise my hand like a thank you.
they both
think-
walk
I think
back past the passageway, looking content with themselves.
All
Hey,
right,
man.
man seed tree. All right, you press it.
Why can't we have Mage Hand press it?
It's 10
Can
pounds
all
for
Let it bounce.
Can all life problems be solved with made hand? Shit.
You can try.
Man seed tree. Let's go.
Man seed tree. All right.
The floor you're standing on breaks.
You
But it's Mage Hand.
you press man, seed, then tree. And the arcane glyphs on the wall around the passageway glow for a moment, and the door does as well, as it seems to disintegrate and fade away.
Hey.
Very intelligent, after
What
all.
order was the
Sorry,
order?
not intelligent lies.
Man,
My bad.
seed, tree is what you
Seed man
picked.
tree was the first one that it
Oh,
should have
okay.
been. But man, seed tree.
Seed tree man was what
Yeah.
you picked.
Right.
First.
Man, seed tree. All right, that was the answer for one. All right,
Honestly,
let's
so it really should have counted.
Do you want to move through that passageway? I did say there were more.
So only one of the walls went down?
do the other ones look
Or
like
is there
that?
like a puzzle for each one of the walls?
There
Is there
is a
something like
puzzle for each one. This is a problem when I completely forgot to set this part up. So I just want you guys to know I am kind of winging it.
that?
Just a little bit. That's why I basically described one and then let you guys solve that one first.
Then let's
Okay.
do
Uh,
it.
In that, because I was about to say, maybe there's a hint about what's coming in each of the passageways based on what kind of puzzle it is.
I am
But,
still
that-
basing the puzzles off of things that I've
Oh, yeah.
already pre-established, but I'm just
Okay.
telling you it's why kind of like I'm silent in some
I
areas
know.
here.
Fucking the story. Man found the seed and he planted it and it became the tree.
Yes. There was man, the seed came, they made a tree. It wasn't really a good decision.
Clayton's like, "Fuck, I got it."
It's like after you solve the puzzle, you're
it
like,
does no
I figured it out.
He pushes the buttons again.
He dies. Oh, your hubris. Okay. I'm fine with going down this tunnel until we're proven that we shouldn't.
Alright.
Okay, wait, before we do that, we no longer have an appropriate way of actually transporting all of our crystal and dynamite. Which means moving in any direction is going to be very awkward if we're not certain we're moving in this
You're moving a surplus of explosives. I'm honestly not sure why you didn't just decide to blow up the previous wall. Or just blow up walls in general.
direction. You know what? That's exactly what I said, but no, preservation of nature.
Go talk to the mic and it's.
This is man-made.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, can we just blow up walls until we get to? Can we just?
You'll
Little
run out
Mama-
of explosives eventually.
God damn it! All right, I'm gonna try something. Ah, fuck, Molotov's elsewhere.
I mean, I can summon him here.
You should probably send him here because he'll be able to fly around
I'm
the
here.
path.
I have to fly up and guide us through the labyrinth.
How tall is the labyrinth?
How tall is the
Ceiling.
labyrinth ceiling?
The labyrinth ceiling is God, a good 100 feet. It's like a dome-like ceiling.
Yep.
The walls themselves are more like 15 feet tall.
Oh, I'm cheating. I'm bringing Molotov.
You bring Molotov, and he ruffles his feathers on your shoulder as you summon him from the void.
Can I
You make
attempt to climb the
contact.
wall?
He makes eye contact with Molotov with the understanding that that old man is now like way older. It's that man arthritis. And he will throw Molotov into the skies.
Molotov flies up 15 feet up to the top of the wall, hits something with a thud, and falls back down.
God fucking damn it.
I was wondering if one of you were going to cast Fly. And I had planned that this is like months ago that I had planned to have this ceiling that you could not see.
We just throw a Molotov into the ceiling and like light up fire and are
Yeah,
gone.
like
And we're like,
he hits some unseen force. There's a dog barking in the background. Don't know why. Smashes into the ceiling, this unseen ceiling, and lands back down beside you. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, hail.
On the wall. Well, apparently, that's not going to work much better.
no, try it. Just to be sure.
Yeah, how about I throw you? I throw you upwards, and you go on top of the wall.
You work out a little more and have the strength to throw them up. How about you borrow 100 years?
That counts as acrobatics because it's like a circus
Not
performance.
count as acrobatic.
Have you seen gymnasts? That's exactly what they do.
Oh my god.
If I'm resisting you, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
Just go back, you'll be thrown into the sky.
Fine, then it's a grab.
I'll do a backflip over here while holding on to you, and you'll just shoot up into space.
At some point, I really, really, really want to bunny jump using dynamite, like rocket jump.
No, that's not how it doesn't work.
It's not how any of this works.
Like,
All right, I'm sorry, I kind of missed out on a couple things. There's the passageway you have. There's a couple more passageways that you have not, quote unquote, figured out the puzzle for.
Not that you go far down the passageway normally.
Now tell me what the puzzles are to those ones, and we'll see.
The puzzles are for those ones.
Yeah.
They all seem, in this room specifically, they all seem to be fairly similar. One has a plinth with 3 buttons. All 3 of them this time depict a man. One dog is going nuts. There's a lot of people outside. Apparently, my brother and his fiance locked themselves out of their car. He came in earlier asking me if I knew how to pick a lock to a car. I told him no.
I lied.
I don't know how to. I know how to pick a lock. I can't pick a car door lock. Those are different for a reason.
Yeah.
So my dog is going crazy because of that.
I thought it was just Molotov sparking.
No. This plinth to this puzzle depicts 3 men, all in the same, like 3 different buttons. One has a fire within, one holds a fire without, and the other one holds a fire in their mind.
Which one is the fire on the groin?
I push.
That's not on this one. That's not. That would be the. That's not on this one. But I
self out.
What?
The fire in the mind, the fire in the self, and then the fire. Well, there's a fire outside of him, right?
Yes. There's one that holds a fire outside of themselves. There's one that holds a fire within themselves, and then one that holds a fire within their minds.
All right, I push the one that holds the fire in the mind, the one that holds themselves, and the one that holds it out.
Yeah. I guess.
With it. So wait, what was the first one?
The first one is fire in the mind.
brain, body, out.
Yeah.
1 second. All right. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Why
You
am I
are
bad at
engulfed in
these?
flames. I figured it was the opposite, actually.
Oh no!
You picked the one in the mind, right?
Yeah, it was mind, body.
Yeah. So,
Psychic damage.
oh, I'm sorry. It's more of a wisdom. What's your wisdom? You rolled a natural one anyway. What's your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom modifier is a
For
5.
six.
That was a much better roll. It would have been a 6.
Would have been a 5.
I can roll the wisdom save if you want me to roll wisdom save.
It still would have been. It still would have been a fail.
Yeah.
You're used to talking to people with your minds, in a way, kind of.
I am.
Mostly people talking to you through your minds. You feel fine at first, and then there's a massive screaming in your skull.
Fun.
And you fall to the ground, pretty much in some form of rest. You take 5 psychic damage.
Fun. Alright, fuck it. Let's just go through the door that we opened. We got one of these.
I wanna push fire outside, fire inside, fire in the mind.
You've said fire outside, right? Alright,
Yeah.
so a similar thing with the crossbow. A brick lights up with an arcane sigil nearby, and I need a dexterity saving throw.
We got one of these puzzles. Let's just leave.
I wanna solve them all.
Gotta solve them all.
11.
You manage to push out of the way as a fireball lobs past your head and lands and smarts a wall nearby with soot.
Can I try and use my insight to try and understand what the fire is supposed to represent?
Yes, you can roll insight.
Roll Simon's intelligence instead of my own.
You can use Arcana if you want. No, that's so bad.
Sick.
Guys, I think there's fire involved in this.
So
No,
Simon,
I
you wanna do Arcana if you want with your intelligence. Give yourself a
Yeah,
better.
Sure.
I will be right back. I've used the bathroom. Let me know if we all die.
14.
Castor, you attempt to try to make out what the fire represents, and you're honestly not making it. Simon, you do Arcana, and you realize that the fire represents magic.
Oh.
And you can guess by the positioning of the flame. You can, well, I'm helping you out a bit more. With the positioning of the flame, it represents how one would cast magic. One who understands it from without. One who gains the fire from outside of themselves. Oh shit, hold on, I'm sorry. I actually fucked this puzzle up for myself. I had the solution and You press the one from without first, right, Simon?
Correct.
My god, no, there wasn't actually a fireball. The door opens. But no, the understanding now is that the fire represents magic. The one with the fire in their head is someone who understands magic. The one with the fire within is one who's born with magic, and the one from without is one who gains it from another.
Yeah, I figured it was warlock, sorcerer, wizard.
Yeah. And if there was a fourth button, bard would be the one in the balls.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Understandable. What about?
I'm sorry, I screwed that one up a little bit. I forgot which one I was doing there. Yeah, but when you clicked, as soon as not even pressing in any order, as soon as you press the one that represented power from without, the arcane sigils glow up and the door opens. The pathway opens.
All right.
I had a sneaking suspicion.
All right,
I had weird deja vu, like I was hit by a fireball.
So is this the pathway we're going down, or the first one?
There's still another one.
One more puzzle. Let's go. Speed run.
Choosing which passageway to go. Start moving forward. All right. There's one passageway that you haven't gone through yet, and oh boy. Let me kind of decide this one a little bit.
Pick the one born it.
This one's easy.
You must answer me these questions 3.
This one's easy. This one has a plinth that depicts one of grain, one of cattle, and then one of man.
So grain, cattle, man. The food chain.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, is grain considered to be on the food chain?
Yes,
it's a producer.
Unless we're going from the same thing as the seed one, where
Grain.
the man plants the grain and
Grain,
the grain
cattle, man. I press it.
Grain, cattle, man. All right. You press grain, cattle, man, and the arcane sigils glow, and the door evaporates.
There we go.
Oh, thank
You
God.
have 3 passageways, not including the hole in the wall you made to get into this room in the first place.
All right.
My overthinking anxiety brain almost screwed us.
Which one are we going down, though?
None of them. Send Molotov down them to check.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a much better idea.
Thank you.
God damn it, Castor. Why don't you have magic? So far, you've been pretty good with it.
Your name's Castor.
Don't understand.
Anyway.
Let's send Molotov. Yeah,
Molotov, sure. Which one does Molotov go down?
Send down the first one.
Yeah, the first one for sure.
First one. Down the first one, peering through Molotov's eyes, you notice scratches on the walls that seem to go fairly deep. Eventually, you come across what appears to be the broken axe. Part of it embedded into the wall, and the other part on the floor. Around the same area, a skeleton of a minotaur lay to rest eternally. Continuing forward, you eventually see a giant wide barrier that looks familiar from the opposite side.
Oh, it's that way. Okay.
Oh.
So that's the way in. So we can.
Is there a mechanism to turn it off from the inside?
There appears to be a similar apparatus, but
another goddamn puzzle.
So yeah, there would be a puzzle. It would be a puzzle.
All right. I want to do more puzzles.
Yeah, so it's the same as
Yeah.
being on the opposite side of the door.
Yeah. So go to the second pathway.
Okay, the second pathway now.
I have a question. If Castor had pressed one of the casting ones, would it have done anything?
Yeah.
Presumably, it would not have been able to trigger.
Yeah,
Oh,
interesting.
yeah, it would always be a trap, no matter what I did.
Just affect
Nah, not necessarily, but
Maybe it would just affect you and
it's kind of hard to tell now.
it would-
Okay. Well, yeah. Second pathway.
Down the
Turn on the
second
magic.
pathway, you eventually come across. I need Molotov to give me a emergency stealth roll.
Emergency
Ooh.
stealth roll. Name of my band.
That's a great band name.
Character sheet. Let's open this in with character sheet. Doesn't say anything specific about stealth. But
It would be
so
dexterity. If
Yeah.
it doesn't say if there's no skill attached, it would just be dexterity.
it does. Stealth is +3.
Okay.
19.
Oh, nice.
Molotov rushes upon what appears to be a crystalline minotaur that seems to be carousing the labyrinth. It moves through, and you eventually see it through the eyes of Molotov go through a very similar arcane door and just phase through it.
God damn it.
I will immediately alert the party to the Minotaur that just phased through the door.
It seems to be moving away from you, rather.
So do we follow him?
Well, let's
mean,
move to the last path first. He's going away from us, so.
However, he is also the problem, and I would hate for him to sneak up on us.
I mean, if we follow...
It's a labyrinth to be able to sneak up on us one way or the other if he knew it better than us.
Yeah, but if he... Check the third door.
It's
Third path.
it's.
Third path.
I just think that because he can phase through the doors, we're at a severe disadvantage.
We're in his house.
Yeah, that if we trigger him when we are unprepared, he will just
Yeah,
show
I'm
up.
watching. I have a gun. Go check the third door.
I have 2 guns, and I'm still scared.
Why are you scared? We take care of these things all the time. We spent 3 days taking care of these things.
Because me, Branian, is scared and anxious.
Wow, you're just being a whiner.
Molotov goes down the third path, and you eventually come across what appears to be a long corridor with a drop immediately into the abyss. On the other side, there does appear to be another arcane door with a plinth, but this time only one button. But it seems to only be past the long corridor that just seems to be like at least like 30 to 40 feet of just dark abyss straight down.
So I'll just have Molotov go push the button,
You could.
Molotov fly.
assuming they don't run into a barrier or anything.
Do you want Molotov to just go over there and touch a button?
I do, and if that's like if it turns out okay, I also want them to start dipping into the hole to see if there's like an
Right.
unseen brick.
I need Molotov to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Press the button.
Sick.
No,
that's me.
to get on its way to the button. Molotov has
What
1
is-
point of health. Oh no, Molotov has 1 point of health.
Yeah.
Or
It's not necessarily
1D.
that though. It's not necessarily that.
Molotov had 1 point of health.
As he begins to fly through, there's something that Molotov notices now that he's a magical being of sorts. He realizes that the area that he's about to move into seems to be very anti-magic, as if to stop somebody from doing just this.
frick. Pushed
I-
Molotov to a magic blender.
Okay with places where
But the dexterity is like he's about to touch it, his wing, a feather hits it, and the feather dissolves.
Okay.
So
Come back.
yeah, is this before he hits the button or right as the abyss
No, this is
starts?
right as he's about to go through the abyss.
Okay.
Okay, that's something. Can I move there and make an Arcana check to see if this will destroy magic that's there? Because in that case, we can't pass through it.
You can't. You can
People
go
can
ahead.
We
It's
aren't
not an
magic.
Arcana check. Do you have something that detects magic per se, because that would probably give you a better, because you're trying to perceive something that's invisible already to your eyes. You can do that,
Yeah,
right?
I'll just
ritual
use
cast
detect
it.
magic.
All right. You ritual cast it, and what you've kind of appeared to see is spots of no magic. It appears to be not in this area in general, but more so just in splots, as to say, where you notice a complete lack of it. In the abyss itself, you do notice the faint signs of illusionary magic in various different spots.
Okay.
Can you
Is
weave Molotov through?
Well, I don't think that the
This is where the fun begins.
moment the abyss starts in a straight line, there's no magic, but there's the bridge that's underneath that zone. That
It
is
seems to be spots almost like hopscotch.
Ah, fuck. Okay, well, light it up so that we know where they are, and we can send someone across, can't we?
Well, I was gonna say, can I try and throw like rocks with light? That way we know where we're going.
But you can only
But
have
it
one
would
at a time.
disappear, and it would.
Well, you could throw a rock.
Walk
They
through
could get
them. I don't have any magic. I could just
Yeah. But throw rocks.
You have a barrel of gunpowder, just toss that throughout the entire thing, and where the gunpowder lay, that's where you can stand.
It's also a good point.
All right, let's do
At
with
the
the
cost of
hopscotch.
all of Castor's gunpowder.
To do the hopscotch.
Well, I have to throw rocks at it first.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So
Well, I think we should throw Castor into it because the rest of us aren't that dexterous.
Or how have you been, my guy? Hey, buddy.
I'm
Question?
really jumpy today.
You are crazy. All
Froggy, huh?
right, let's go. We need you over here.
Can I long jump to the other side of the hopscotch?
It's 30 feet.
30.
Did
you
that
could-
What's your strength modifier?
0?
Oh, what's
Can I
your strength
try
stat? Sorry.
11.
So you can long jump 11 feet with a 10-foot head start.
With the wind, he could long jump 22 feet.
Hmm.
But it's
22 feet on a 40.
yeah, it's
Alright,
still
yeah,
not far.
I mean,
22 feet is pretty close though. I can rocket jump. It's time.
Is it time?
You're gonna blow off your own legs.
I'm okay. with
Do damage to yourself.
This
Okay,
is like
so
the
here's
worst
thing.
place to blow off your own legs, deep underground.
Dynamite moves you 5 feet.
Hang on. If I thunder wave as you do it, will it push you another 10 feet?
Wait, we have the fucking geyser.
We do have a geyser,
But even then, that's only 32 feet.
and that's to the next.
It's 40 feet across.
I thought it was 30.
No, it's 40 feet.
Also, if you do happen to hit that geyser on an anti-magic spot, you know it would disable the magic item. At least until you move it out.
But the geyser itself isn't magic. The water. is magic.
is.
And you couldn't activate it. Well, I mean, the geyser itself, yeah. I mean,
The geyser itself, like you can activate it from the starting side,
sure.
and then it's just momentum.
What if, okay, instead of long jump, we pole vault? I
Why-
give you my quarter staff.
keep in mind the long jump, you need 10 feet running head start.
Yeah.
If you jump from one of these platforms to another one, you wouldn't be able to get that 10 feet head start. You would only be able to move half your jump speed. Half
Unless
your long
you use
jump.
step.
I thought it was jumping all the way over.
No. it's not possible to jump all the way over.
You can't make that jump.
Do we forfeit this route? Because there's also the route the Minotaur is going, and there's also the way that we know leads out.
But
So
that just
if
leads out. That doesn't go anywhere.
Right. So we should maybe abandon this because none of us can jump that far, at least not consecutively.
Wait, can we throw something that far?
40
Yeah.
feet? I have a
With
dagger.
a,
A dagger.
with a stain with a strength or dexterity, yeah. With a good check.
I have a dagger. It's a finesse light thrown range weapon. I'm not bad on dex. Can I just huck a dagger at it?
I have a dagger as well.
Try to hit it with
Sure.
the blunt side.
The distance would be at disadvantage with a dagger. But yes.
Attach a rope to it so you can get your dagger back.
Do you have proficiency with daggers?
Yes, I am a Hexblade Warlock. I have proficiency with all weapons.
Sick.
Where's my... There he is. Hey, I don't have a dagger throw. So...
Attach the rope to it so that we can get it back and try as many times as we want.
Proficiency. You should have the option.
I want to feel like
Oh,
that
yeah.
would make it not aerodynamic anymore, and you wouldn't be able to add your proficiency bonus on top of already having disadvantage if you use the rope.
Lowest one.
Well, we could do it as many times as we wanted, so we could just do it over and over until we get a nat 20.
I have a few daggers. That's a 12?
12 with disadvantage. No.
It's with
The dagger goes plinging off the plinth
I
and
don't,
falls onto the ground.
I don't
didn't
need
have the strength.
daggers. I'll throw another. Oh, fucking, what am I doing? I have a longbow and arrows.
yeah.
You've had it for a
I was-
while.
Okay, he takes off his longbow and he's just like, I'm getting upset.
All right.
And I'm going to notch an arrow shot, which won't be at disadvantage.
The dagger would have been cooler, but yeah.
It would have. But here's what we got. 21.
You knock back an arrow and let it fly. It launches into the plinth onto the button, spearing it the mechanism down and into the plinth. At this time, still having magic sight available to Simon, you notice that the anti-magic around this area seems to have dissolved, like a bubble popping. The door at the end glows and dissolves, and the illusion magic on the little platforms that you could walk across is vanished. So you can
Okay.
see them clearly. It
All
seems to
right.
be long pillars that also stretch down into the abyss that you can step on.
Cool. Now we can send Molotov forward. Puts his longbow back on. He's just like, ugh.
Molotov go crazy.
Molotov goes down the hallway and makes a bit of a turn. Stealth check.
Sick. Boop. And boop. 11.
Not quite. Down the hallway, you notice a crystalline minotaur. It looks on and sees the flapping bird, of which it then proceeds to start charging at.
Quick, bait him into the abyss.
Yeah, I guess Molotov should get out of there probably.
Yeah. Just dipping.
So Molotov
60
flies away. I'm assuming that it's just like this thing is led into the same hallway that you guys are now in. There's a abyss in front of you with many different platforms to kind of step on, and we probably have time for this combat, assuming you guys are getting into the combat. Otherwise, it's just gonna chase you.
I mean, what's the fucking Minotaur gonna do from the other side of the thing?
Yeah, most of us are
Try to get across.
His long
Pretty
jump
much.
is 60 feet.
Let me give me like 5 seconds as I get all of this set up in record speeds.
You're good.
That's a lot of speeds.
As I attempt to mimic what this looks like on a map.
Here is the map.
And I don't necessarily, unfortunately, have a accurate representation of what this looks like at the moment.
What the fuck, Jack? I thought you were prepared.
I'm never prepared. You should never assume that I know what I'm doing at any given point.
I click on my token and I'm gonna roll initiative. Is that okay?
We're gonna change maps, I don't think.
Now it's okay. Let me clear this first. Or not.
cleared me, but I'm at 7.
All right, give me 2 seconds here. Oh wow, as much might have been a little bit thicker than I originally intended. It's right about there. All right, the thickest.
Me when shawty at the club.
Whoops.
I thought, oh, okay. Now I was like, I thought the Lone Rider was the Minotaur. I didn't read the name, and I was like, why is there a giant rectangle here?
I rolled pretty good.
That's fine. Whatever. I'm just like, I'm in the zone, you know.
Auto zone.
It's like it keeps changing my color every time I try to like do a thing.
It's to make it fabulous.
I'll set it up like that for now. Alright, and then something to use as the Minotaur for the time being.
It's a Minotaur.
Do I have a minute? No, I have this though. I can use this. Meh.
Is that in Jar Jar Binks now?
No.
It's a concept. It works. It's a cool rock I found.
Basically, it's a giant crystal.
Sick.
Cool. Gerald?
Is he here?
Is he schlepped?
Gerald?
I don't know.
He
He hasn't
slept?
talked throughout the entire game.
He's
I felt
been,
kind of bad.
he's been off and on.
I don't know. I'm also tired, so it might just be going around infectious like.
Gerald, you deaf mutant?
No, he's just
I don't
not
know.
talking. He might have passed out.
Hmm.
I hope not. He's streaming right now.
Stream, can we see
His microphone's been having the issues, and
It's just like we end the session and then he's like still streaming 3 hours later.
no. I mean, like he's talking to us, but he doesn't realize that his microphone is busted because he fixed it from the beginning of the stream, but he fixed it the wrong way, and now his stream can hear us, but we can't hear him.
God, I hope not.
It would be hilarious that would have gone on for the past 2.5 hours.
No, because I definitely heard him say something the other day. Or not the other day. The other day.
Alright, let's just get this on the map. There we go. And then it's a 17 plus a number. Plus 0. So it's just 17. Alright, so you guys have a choice to make. I'll make the monster go last. But who's going first, Castor or Simon?
Simon.
He has
Lucius is in the back line right now. I don't want to play for him.
Yeah.
He's got a better, what's it called?
Yeah.
Dex modifier, that's what it is.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going near him. I mean,
Yeah, but ties are.
By the game's rules, the ties are decided by the players.
fine.
I'm fine with that too. I don't like binds. By the way, you guys have had a chance for a long rest. I don't know if you guys have encountered that. Yeah, you guys would be at fully. Oh no, that's right. You guys took damage. That's right. Never mind.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You didn't.
I'm
So
gonna go
Castor
there.
was-
A ready. If I take a ready to action, that uses my reaction when I do it, right?
If you take a ready to action, yes, it would take your reaction.
Okay. Does he have? Is the Crystal Minotaur holding one of the giant axes?
He's holding a crystal giant axe. You would imagine that it's fused with its hands.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna take a ready to action. If he steps onto one of those pillars, that pillar's getting dynamited.
That's
Don't
classic
roll
Castor
the
response, yeah.
And that's basically all I do. That's what
Alright.
I'm in ready to action. So I do. I'm assuming he's not gonna throw the crystal if it's literally a part of his body. Throw the axe.
Right. He can probably make it not, but we'll see. So that's your ready to action.
I would like so that I have an excuse to throw it back at him. But
All right, Simon. What does Simon do?
My turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was
everyone's
totally
talking to
looking
you.
at Gerald's stuff for a second. I had this muted because I was looking at a stream and the overlay of our voices was a lot, and so I forgot I had deafened myself. I'm just gonna move here, I think.
Do you have a cantrip looking at him?
I think so, actually. Frostbite.
Shocking grasp.
I have to grasp him for that, but I can frostbite him. I think.
Yeah.
Unless he's too far. No, he's just in range. I'm gonna cast frostbite.
All right,
Give me a
can go
Constitution.
ahead and. All right. So it's a D20 plus a good old fashioned 3. That's a 14.
Ooh, he failed. Second person to fail ever. 5 golds.
It takes 5 cold damage as a shock of ice forms over the crystal. It's kind of hard to tell whether or not it took cold, actually. Ice on crystal. Anything else bonus action?
No, I don't have any bonus action attacks. Right?
Alright. Then it
That's the
is the
second time
crystal Minotaur's turn. It, what can it do? It's gonna double its movement speed.
Oh, shit.
So it takes a running start onto this one,
Triggers my action.
right? So you like chuck it
I
He's made
yeet the
Dexter.
dynamite at the pillar.
at the pillar.
Are you gonna blow up our?
Roll damage on pillar, I guess.
That will. Let me go find dynamite damage real quick.
2d6, I think.
It's 3d6, I thought.
3d6.
It's a lot.
Yeah, 36 bludgeoning. Must make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
Would have had to move around there. Alright. Well, the pillar fails its saving throw.
Well, the
So just
Minotaur
roll-
would have to
Oh.
choose in the last
Well, you're
radius.
throwing it at the pillar or throwing it at him? Because if you're trying to break the pillar and have him fall, you're not necessarily going to be hitting it towards him.
I mean, it has a 5-foot radius, so
If you're trying to blow up the pillar in a good spot where it falls, then you're not throwing it to where you can hit
I'm
him.
trying to throw it towards his feet
Alright.
so that he loses his footing.
Alright,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah. He rolls a 13 on dexterity save.
Just barely saves it.
Alright. Save for half. Roll damage.
The issue is he doesn't get knocked.
Destroy his kneecaps.
It's 9 damage.
I would roll on a 3d6 to be fair.
The average is all
Right.
things should.
Takes some explosive damage on its feet, but then immediately hops over to this one, and it's kind of in a weird position because it's still mid jump, but its turn kind of ends midair, so it's like right there. But it's hopscotching its way across.
Interesting.
Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Minotaur jumping from pillar to pillar to get to you.
Cast Ray of Frost.
All right. It needs a con
So-
save.
Nah, it's a spell attack.
Oh, okay.
That's not Nicole, right?
15.
15 does hit.
Alright, sweet. So he takes
Jesus.
16 points of cold damage, and his speed is reduced by 10.
Oh shit. It's in midair as it gets hit with a cold attack. Castor.
How much is its full movement? That was. Sorry, let me get the measuring tool out.
It's
So
a
it's
little bit
here,
weird. It would have had
Yeah,
the
that's 15. So it's like 20. It's 20 when it doubled. Damn, you're slow as fuck.
No, it would have actually been able to move further. That's right. All right, so it would have actually been able to move there. Then never mind.
Now its speed is slow.
15.
But now we got
30, so it's 40. It's basically 40
Yeah,
feet.
if it could start its jump there, but it would stop like right here, like midair. So it'd actually be like midair right here when it got hit with the cone of cold.
Colon of cold.
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost, one of those. Ray of Frost, colon of colds, Mucinex. Never mind.
I'm assuming this crystal dude is probably very, very heavy mass-wise.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
I could try and thunder wave it.
Could
once it
I
gets close enough.
slap him with my maiden
Oh,
hand?
jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay. Question for you.
The mage hand takes
Alright.
off its glove and then slaps it with it. No.
If I go ahead and jump right here, if he tries to occupy the same space as me, he's engaging me in a grapple, right?
I think he's gonna try to shove attack.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, it'd be only like a shove.
He jumps with both.
You guys are
feet
basically
pointed at-
contesting to see who gets to stand on this thing.
It's a strength save.
It's a
against
strength save for shove.
Yeah.
God damn it. Sucks.
Yeah.
That makes
I
no
was
sense.
like,
Fucking hell. Why the fuck does judo rely on strength? Instead
this
of-
isn't judo. That's a bull.
Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna back up then.
All right. All right.
Melee guys.
Are you doing anything?
No, I'm just gonna back up.
Alright. Simon. He's mid-flight, jumping in the air. Got hit with a cone of cold. Castor backed up. What are you doing?
Part of me wants to jump to that pillar and then thunder wave and just try and shove him away midair.
All right.
But
You
I
do that from
also
here, right?
fail. I have to take that shove attack.
I think you could reach him if you just sat here and did your Thunderwave. It's a 15-foot cube, right?
It is 15. I thought it said 10. I'm dyslexic.
That's the whole.
I
That's a whole different number. That's not.
Who'd you say no? Okay, then I'm just dumb. I'm gonna I'm gonna go here and use Thunderwave. Thunderwave is not evocation.
But you can finagle it forward.
Oh, I can. Yeah, that's right. So I'm gonna push it forward.
And what is that?
Thunderwave.
Constitution save.
Oh yes.
It's +3. It's a 13.
This a no. DC
All right.
16.
So it takes 9 thunder damage and gets pushed back. How long? How far?
10 feet.
That's where the 10 feet came from. It's because
Yeah.
it's pushed 10 feet.
It needs to make a dexterity saving throw or fall into the abyss. Nope. The Minotaur goes to grab at the platform as it breaks a chunk off and goes falling into the abyss. You hear a shatter after quite an amount of time.
I got him.
Yeah, well, that was impressive.
How do you get across?
Well, we're gonna have to go pillar to pillar, unfortunately. I don't really think there's another way of doing it.
I think Lucius has fly. But
Yeah,
I'll
Lucius
for
Lucius does have
himself.
fly. I have Thunderwave, Thunderstep, but
If we Misty Step, Thunder Step, fly, we just dip.
And Castor just goes the normal way.
Because he can do it.
hey, we can make it. It's not that hard to go between these. It's gonna suck.
You know what happened when I was playing aggro and I had to jump from pillar to pillar.
I do.
It makes me too nervous to
However,
want to
that
try
being
it.
said, I have Thunderwave or Thunderstep, which is 90 feet, so I'm fine.
Oh, can't you bring someone?
Yeah, I can bring someone. I could take you to the other
You
side.
just go back and forth, or is that a fixed
It's
spell?
a spell slot each time.
I spell, and I'm a warlock. I cannot do it more than twice. Which means I could get to one side and then get back, and I'm fucked.
I
Yes,
listen.
and
I want to bring Lucius across.
Yeah, but Misty Step is 20 feet.
but I can do it twice.
Fair.
do the one pillar, and then do it the next.
Yeah.
All right.
So you take
'Cause I
2
can
spell
jump.
slots to do that.
I will use a warlock spell, so I understand.
And you bring Castor with you on that one?
Do I want to bring Castor or Lucius?
Well, because we can't say whether or not Lucius wants to use a spell slot.
Yeah, so I'll take Lucius, and then Castor can just jump in.
I can just walk it.
Alright. So, people back off away from the Thunder Step so they don't take damage from it.
Oh, wait, never mind.
You have wings.
God damn it, I have wings.
You can get yourself across.
Yeah. God damn it.
I mean, if you just grab someone, is that a thing?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think. Let me check my equipment, but I don't think the wings are flying with the ring. No, it just gives me a flying speed.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. And what's your
But you're
carry?
carrying your gear and another person with all their gear. It's not happening.
But I have no. Wait, I've got a punch dynamite. Never mind.
Wait, I can thunderstep with Lucius, and then we can just take a short rest, and then I'll get all my spell slots back.
Can use my
Arcane Recovery too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll
On
just
two of
I'll
them.
just thunderstep with him after Castor goes across, so that we don't blow him up 2 feet away from his face.
All right. So take your spell slots off, move across, whatever, and you're on the other side. I would imagine you're going to take your short rest,
Yeah.
and I would like to bring the session to a close.
Yeah. Of course.
As you guys are resting up with your short rest.
Short rest of 1 week.
As we raise ourselves above the rest of the labyrinth, a portion of it explored, it seems to go off for miles. We tune ourselves out as we see the heart of such a place, a giant mass of crystal encased in some barrier that fails to contain it. We pull up through the tunnels that we explored. We pull back from the mines into the sky. In the distance, we see a giant tower that belongs to a particular mage, and a town that is besieged by crystal. Our adventurers have made their way deep into the maze of this crystal god, and still determined to continue forward. We will see what happens next week as our travelers make their way even further yet. Until then, I'm tired. I need to get some things set up, and I would like to go to bed afterwards. Everybody who has been watching, I'd love to thank you for stopping by. Everybody who's been playing, I kind of ad-libbed a lot tonight, and I'm sorry. There's been several things that have taken my attention, so I've been focusing on that. I'm sorry about that. I'll try to make sure that the rest of this dungeon is a little bit more thought out.
You've got this. I believe in you.
But as for everything else, I'd love to thank everybody else who stopped by and people who've lurking or watching or whatever. If you're interested, we'll be continuing the game next Friday around the same time. And the Friday afterwards, we're going to have a special Halloween special on the 30th. So if you're interested in that, it's going to be a little bit of a deviation from the current continuum. But we'll see exactly how that goes out.
Tune into Gerald's stream and see how long it is.
See, somebody tell me how long he streams before he wakes up. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening there. Maybe it's an emergency. He had to step away from his computer. I don't know. I hope it's nothing serious. I hope it's just a case of he was tired and he passed out. But
I think
then
it was
I'm
a case
sorry.
of the sleepies, you know.
Oh, there he is!
I'm so sorry.
Return of the King.
All right. If you guys are interested in such a thing, though, consider following the channel. Maybe Gerald's as well. Who knows? And we'll see you all next time. Bye.